Hello, welcome to the American Business Podcast. This is Kevin Deveji, your host. Thank you for joining us today on this beautiful Friday. Thank you very much. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you all for your support. We just hit more than 6,000 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you so much for your support. If you haven't done so, please go to our YouTube channel, American Business Podcast for Next Generation, and subscribe, like, and share our YouTube channel. We'll really appreciate your support. Let's grow this educational community together. Also, if you have any new ideas about our podcast, you may have questions that you like us to bring the subject matters of, or you like to be as a guest in our podcast episode, you can reach out to us. Our email address is americanbusinesspodcast@gmail.com. Feel free to reach out to us. We keep an open mind. Our doors are open for any business person, any educational content. This is an educational business podcast. So we are here to share educational content. So we are really welcoming any ideas from your side. And if you like to be a guest, please reach out to us and we can talk about the details. In addition, if you like to see what is coming in our podcast schedule, we have a full schedule for months. So we are excited, we are motivated with your help and support. Please visit our website, americanpodcast.tv. When you log in, when you go to the website, you'll see our coming episodes that we scheduled, date, time, episode number, and the guest you can see. And you can also join us also in live. You can watch live, or you can watch via YouTube or Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. So we definitely welcome your support, and we truly appreciate your interest as well. All right, let's get started. American Business Podcast continues with IATF 16495, as well as we're going to focus on U.S. automotive industry today with our guest, a subject matter expert. Let's welcome our guest today, John Feridun from Proofmeister Company. All right, John is here. Hello, John. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello, Kevin. Thank you for this opportunity. And thank you, the American Business Podcast for New Generation, for having me today. And to all our viewers and listeners.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being with us. Well, we are excited. We're going to be talking about American automotive industry. You know, who doesn't like cars, right? So definitely it's an important subject that we like to address. Moreover, we like to talk about IATF 16949, the quality management standard for American automotive industry, as well as globally for the automotive industry in as a whole. So you are the subject matter expert. You have a lot of insights and information to share with us today. So we are really excited. Well, let's get started. As a start, would you please introduce yourself and your company to our audience and our listeners?
Okay, my name is John Feridun. I'm the founder of Proofmeister Quality Consulting. I'm a metallurgical engineer with over 20 plus years experience in automotive, appliance, and defense industries. And we help manufacturers build ISO 9001 and IATF 16949 systems. Which are not just stay in racks and in documentation, which are actually working on the floor. Currently, we are partnering with American Workflow Enterprise Software to offer our clients a cloud-based QMS solution, providing both documentation and project management, and while saving them the cost of the software. And I also published a book last month, the Handbook of Quality Management in the Automotive Industry, and where I explain major tools like 5S, 5Y, PDCA, and Fishbone, and using the same example across multiple tools to help readers build fluency, not just knowledge.
Yes, you're a quality management guru, especially for the automotive industry. Also, now you have a published book. I also have a special section that allow you to talk about your book, newly published Quality Management Handbook. Very important. So we'll definitely talk about it. We'll love to, learn about it, and I love you to share information with our audience. All right. So when we move on, I like to also talk about your career. How did you choose your career in your career journey?
Well, Kevin, actually, I started with engineering, but over time, I saw that quality is not just a technical thing; it's actually a cultural thing. So the more I work with systems and people, the more I realized my mission should be to bridge that gap. So that's actually how Proofmeister was born.
Well, yes. So, how about your work? What are the challenging as well as exciting parts of your work? You will say.
Now, from my point of view, the challenge and the excitement go hand in hand. And the major thing there is triggering change. Now, Newton's first law says objects at rest stay at rest unless acted upon by a force. And objects in motion like tend to stay in motion. So that's why triggering the change is hard. It takes more effort to start something than to keep it going. So think about this. You consume more fuel when you start your car and accelerate up to 50, 55 miles per hour because you are struggling and you are challenging against the internal inertia you need to overcome. So just like that, a cultural shift is also hard to start, but when it starts, when people start seeing that the difference of the change, what the input of the change, especially with their bottom line, they like to stay in motion and they like to continue that change. And that's what makes all worth it.
Yes. So, quality management is important for manufacturing, for automotive industry, as well as any manufacturing, or actually for any business in general. Just to share some of your insights with our audience, can you tell us about the importance of quality management systems in general?
Now, first of all, let's answer the question which is mostly overlooked. What is quality? So we can switch to what is quality system. Now, quality is the required compliance and total expectations from an organization, not just one part. It's not this part matching the specs on this blueprint. That's not the quality requirements, the pool of quality requirements anymore. These days, it's to think safety, think ethics, environment. It's all a big picture. So that's why we need a system there, not just a few inputs and outputs. So that's what we call quality management system. It is the framework that holds everything together. And interestingly, the quality management systems are actually both the tool and the target, actually a target and the tool that we are using to reach out to that target. For example, think about our liver in our body. It is filtering the toxins, it is regulating the chemical parameters, and it is healing itself when it's damaged. So what quality management system does is removing the non-conformities, regulating the process parameters, and healing itself when it's damaged with continuous improvement, with audits, and with other quality management initiatives. So what are they good for? The shortest distance between two dots is one straight line. Any deviation from that line, any wobbling along the way is not the shortest way anymore. The shortest way, when you define it, it's your process flow. So you go through every step once, and then it's the shortest way. If you get outside of that, if you have any wobble or if you have any repeats, that means waste, that means risk. So actually that straight line between those two dots is actually the cheapest way to produce your product. And that's what the quality management system is there, to keep you always on that straight line so you don't create extra cost, extra waste, extra risk. And if you do create that, it reacts just like the liver is healing itself. It reacts. It comes with the audits. It comes with the 5-5 root cause analysis, corrective actions, preventive actions, and it heals itself. So that's why they are so important. And one last thing interesting there, it's got actually not just the control of process and product, it's got the controls of the control. For example, let's say we have a hardness tester, which we control the hardness of our product, let's say steel material. But then we have this daily verification of this hardness tester to control the control, if it's controlling correctly. Or we have the layered process audits. We do the audit on the floor. We audit the audit if it's done correct way. And then we audit the audits audit if the outputs of those audits are being used in a constructive way. And so that keeps us or brings us back to that straight line. So that's what the quality management system does. It's a whole discipline, it's a whole mindset, it's a whole corporate culture, I can say.
Let's talk about U.S. automotive industry, especially IATF 16949. What is IATF 16949 and why it is important for American manufacturing as well as automotive industry in general?
Now, we can, in short, define IATF as ISO on steroids. So ISO says you need to have a system. IATF says, prove me that it's working. What is optional with ISO? Lots of initiatives which are optional with ISO. They are mandatory with IATF.
Yeah, would you just for our audience, can you also tell us about ISO a little bit and then IATF a little bit, just for our audience to understand the
Sure.
acronyms? Thank you.
After Second World War, when there was a massive production capability and serious logistic lines, there was no communication between major and minor producers, as well as one single language for them to communicate with each other. So out of this necessity, ISO emerged, and ISO said, okay, globally, we are going to create a language, a platform that everybody can speak the same language. I understand what he says, he understands what they say, and there will be a consensus about what is required, what is expected, etc. And in time, that evolved into, that came the ISO 9000, and then it came to 9001, and it became ISO TS 19649, and then it became IATF 19649. So it always improved itself, and now we are at the, let's say, tightest and most system with most requirements, which is the IATF system. That's why I was saying IATF is actually ISO on steroids. So what else does, ISO bring new to the table? IATF brings new to the table, which ISO did not have. It's bringing the process approach. Back in the day, my only customer was whoever I'm selling my products. Now, welding is a customer of machining, painting is customer of welding. Every process step is the supplier of the next one. So that process approach improves your process parameters, and it actually narrows down your variation. It's bringing the risk-based thinking. Risk-based thinking, it's like before starting, you need to list all the possible risks, and you need to have a mitigation action plan for it. And this should be proven working. Or with ISO, continuous improvement was, do you have any continuous improvement initiatives? Yes, we have. Okay, thank you. That was the requirement level of ISO. Now IATF says, okay, show me the data. Show me that you really improved that process or process step. And ISO was mostly focusing on your own facility. Now IATF says you need to work together with your supplier. Your supplier's errors are deemed as your errors. So now we need to manage suppliers, we need to develop them, we need to audit them, and we need to work together to minimize their errors as well. And okay, all these requirements are done, so how does it reflect to industry? So what benefits are we seeing in the industry in general? Toyota declared that after implementing IATF, they had 30% fewer faults and 20% more profit. And just like that, BMW declared that 25% more productivity and 15% fewer compliance. So this implementation of IATF requirements from top down, it had a serious effect on OEM producers. So it's not just compliance, it is a commitment, and it's a whole dedication to the excellence, and actually it really works.
Yes, well, let's talk about AI a little bit. I like to shift the conversation towards AI. So we talk about AI, and we talk about it in our previous podcast episodes as well, but from different angles. So AI is here. It looks like it's here to stay. So, what is your take on AI and how it will change quality management? And what type of adaptation challenges that you see in the market among manufacturers in automotive industry?
Now, one of the major challenges we mostly see is that's how we were doing it for so many years and since the beginning. This is how we do it. Like many change, utilizing AI into companies has or facing the same resistance. But why? What is AI? Why do we not like it, or why do we want it? To be honest, I'm pretty much in favor of AI. It is just another tool. It's not the Terminator movie. It's not Skynet. That's Hollywood thing. AI is just another tool that accelerates reaching out to data, collecting that data, and analyzing that data. This is it. At least the most part that we are using in the industry. So if I ask AI, is Kevin a good guy? He will say, yes, Kevin is a good guy. If I ask AI, why Kevin is a bad guy, it'll tell me why Kevin is a bad guy. It will not tell me, stop, I just told you Kevin is a good guy. He wouldn't do that. So good data in, good analysis out. Garbage in, garbage out. It does not, it's not there to fix human biases. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you. So it is just another tool for us to use. And even if you connect with correct equipment like Internet of Things or any other sensors and etc., it will collect the data that you want it to analyze. But still, there needs to be a human to install all those sensors and equipment. There still needs to be a human to make decision based on the result that AI gives you. AI currently cannot replace any human or any human decision. So how it does help? How does it help with our quality management systems? What does it do in there? Besides accelerating all that data analysis, it might show us the trends which we would normally overlook, maybe. Or it will help us with the predictive maintenance and SPC forecasting. It'll say, for example, for us, that day, if the temperature is not 80, we are okay. 81 is a problem. 80 is a problem. But AI, I will only look at that date's data. But what AI will tell me is, I see a trend that this temperature is rising, and based on this trend, in a month or in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you might have 80 and higher degrees. So it prepares me to what's coming. It can show me the trend, what I'm not seeing, what I'm not looking into it. And on the other hand, do AI program it? Because obviously humans programmed it. It didn't came out of the space. The way we programmed it, the way it works, it can give me suggestions, predictions, but it will not eliminate the human bias. I enter the data, I get the result based on the data I enter.
Let's talk about some predictions to 2025 and beyond. How it's going to be in the future in terms of economy as well as quality management. How things will change moving forward.
Now, for the economy, for the market, there are lots of experts doing lots of modeling there. For example, Yale says this 25% automobile tariffs could raise the car prices in 13% and reduce household purchasing power by a certain number. But I leave those predictions to those people. I'm a quality guy. I prefer to do the Gemba. So I go on the field and collect the data, because just like Deming said, without data, you're just another person with an opinion. So let's wait and see. Let's collect more data. Then we might upload that data to AI and say, hey, give us the trend. What do you expect? Then we can actually talk about what is waiting us in the future.
So in your career journey, when you look at it, for example, we all have different sources in terms of improving ourselves as a professional. Have you ever had any role models, that you can share with us?
Yes, but before talking about him, I want to talk about the inspiration that I had for plant management or process management, let's say. My inspiration and admirement actually came from a food cart, a street food cart. This guy has such a limited space, so he needs to fix everything in location. He cannot put huge containers, so it's all in small containers. They got all lids, everything in its place, everything has a place. Does it sound familiar? This is the principle of 5S. That guy has perfect 5S on his table. Then, like I said, he's got teeny tiny containers, so his materials circulation is very high. So he needs a perfect supplier management as well. And all the things that he's putting in a sandwich, they need to taste the same way. So there is his process stabilization, consistency. He needs to put in the same amount of material in every sandwich. He needs to be very clean. You order something with onions. If he leaves some onions on the cutting board, I order without onion. That onion might come into my sandwich. There is your non-conformity. So perfect cleanliness on the floor as well. Also, lighting should be correct so he doesn't cut his hand or anything else. So that's a very micro cosmos of a huge planet, very condensed, minimized. That was one of my biggest inspirations. My plant should be just the way he is doing it. Everything is in place, everything in its place. Everything's very clean, well lit, and very perfect process stabilization. So that was my inspiration to how to do things around. And one of my role model, if I say this person was my role model, I can talk about my late water polo coach, Zoltan Gulyash. Usually, especially with these under 14, under 16 age groups, the approach of the coach to athletes is when you make a mistake, just yelling. But Zoltan he didn't spend any time on those things. He was, this is your mistake, this is how to fix it. Very result-oriented, accountability, and guidance, period. He was setting us perfect, realistic goals. When we were in a World Cup, he was telling us, it's obvious we're not going to win against the world champion, but there are the lower tier teams that we must win against them, and the teams in our tier, in our segment, we must give 100% or 110% to beat them. It's the same with quality. We know that we cannot have zero defects. It's a utopia, but we must establish zero defects on our customers' location, and we should give our 110% to establish zero defect in our own facility. So these are the notions that I got from him, and I implemented in my career, in my work, and I got always positive results. So he is my role model, I can say, in my career.
Can you tell us about your new book? So, well, first of all, congratulations! You just actually published it.
Thank you.
And I love our audience to also learn about your book. So why it is important, who is it for? Uh, Please share some insights with us.
Now, this is the book. I
Yes,
hope you can see
Handbook
it.
of Quality Management in Automotive Industry. Okay, great.
Yes, that is it. That's available in Amazon. Just need to make a name search. If not, you can go to proofmeister.com. Oh, yeah. Go to proofmeister.com. There's a link for the Amazon page as well. One of the significant differences of this book, I would say, it's using real-time uh, examples, historical examples, because usually if it's 5Y, there's a fixed example to goes with that. If it's PDCA, there's a fixed example goes with that. This book takes, for example, the Normandy invasion in Second World War as a whole project, and it uses that as PDCA example. It uses that for a Russi table example. It uses that for Gantt chart example or smart metrics example. So you can see along one single project how to implement multiple tools on the same scenario. That's one of the things I like very much about this book. I mean, all these quality tools are actually in our real life. I mean, we just talked about this food cart guy that is implementing perfect 5S. Or let's say I'm going to go out, it might rain, so I'm taking my umbrella with me. I walk with my umbrella, I don't get wet. Then I look up, it's not raining anymore, so I close the umbrella, I use it as a cane. What did I do? I planned, I did the walking, and then I checked the weather. It's not raining anymore, so I act accordingly. There is your PDCA. So all these tools are actually, we are doing them in our real life. It just, we don't that much pay attention. In kitchen, you got your utensil drawer, you got your pots and pans always at the same place, etc., etc. There's your 5S too. So that is what this book is doing by using real-world examples on the side of industrial examples. I think it's triggering some curiosity there with this style. On the other hand, it's using a very simple language. So from shop floor up to C-suite, everybody can understand and everybody can get something from that. It's a step-by-step guide that you can actually just take it, go on the floor. This is how we do it, and now let's do it. It is a very practical handbook, I would say. I suggest to everyone to have a peek in it.
Yeah, thank you for sharing these insights, and best of luck with your book, and congratulations. That's great. Well, it's hard to believe we are almost actually end of our podcast episode. Before we end our session, this is the American Business Podcast for the next generation. So we share educational content for today's professionals as well as next generation professionals. Speaking of next generation professionals, for our coming business professionals and workforce, do you have any suggestion for them when they are choosing their career path and furthering it?
Now, if you are familiar with the quality tools that we just talked about, implement them into your own life. If not, learn them and then implement them in your life. For example, let's do a SWOT analysis. I'm a senior at college. What are my strengths? Let's say I'm good with computers and IT stuff. What is my weakness? I'm very lazy. I don't want to get out of my couch. So what are the opportunities? There are so many remote IT jobs out there. And what is the threat? Let's assume since I'm a senior, if after I graduate, which I got like 6 or 8 months left, my family is gonna kick me out of their garage. So there is my SWOT. I know what I can do and I know what I should do. Then I do a gap analysis to myself. I get the target career, what I want to do, and then I look at where I am. For example, I want to start a tech support business with my good friend Kevin. And I want to hire a third person, and I'll work one shift, you'll work one shift, and someone we will hire will work the third shift. So it's 24/7 working. But I want to hire him somewhere in Far East So it's daytime there when it's night shift here. And it will be much cheaper. Now, what is my current state? I have no hardware. I have not a partnership yet with my good friend Kevin. I have no clients yet, and I have no hiring knowledge about hiring someone in Far East. So, what are my action plans? Buy your hardware, register your company, start your partnership, learn how to hire, and find clients. There we go. It is all embedded in your lab. I mean, after one point, after some certain point, using all these quality tools, you come to a point where you say there is no spoon, and you start seeing the world like matrix. There is a continuous improvement. There is Kaizen. It will appear by itself without you spending a time. So that's one of my biggest suggestions to new generations. Don't just go with what consumerism is telling you to do. Don't spend a year or two for, I'm going to do van life, I'm going to go East Coast, West Coast. Don't spend your time. Invest in yourself while you are at your youth and the peak of your physical and brain activities, where you can, where you function with your highest performance. Invest in yourself. Do research. Start learning critical thinking. So don't just accept every data that you get everywhere. Question everything you heard in this podcast from me. What is this guy talking about? Is it really real? What is this? What did he say? And question everything. And I'm pretty sure the next generation will be far ahead than us. What we have accomplished, they will accomplish much more.
John, thank you very much for being with us in your busy schedule. Truly appreciate it. And I wish you
Thank you.
best of luck with your new book. And congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everyone, all the listeners, and everybody. Have a happy
Thank you
Good
very much.
Friday.
Yes, and have a great weekend. Thank you so much, John. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for being with us today. There was another educational business podcast today. Thank you for joining us. I'd like to thank you for your support for the YouTube subscriptions. Now we have more than 6,000 YouTube subscribers, and this number is increasing fast on daily basis. If you haven't done so, please go to our YouTube channel, American Business Podcast for the Next Generation, ABP, and please like, subscribe, and share on our YouTube channel. We'll truly appreciate your support. With this support, we are more motivated. As you know, we bring you new educational business content every week. So please subscribe on our YouTube channel. In addition, if you have an idea, a subject that you like us to cover, please reach out to us, American Business Podcast at gmail.com. You may want to be a guest on our podcast. Please, we'll welcome it. Just send us an email and we'll reach out and we'll discuss the details together. Also, if you wonder what is coming next in our podcast, you can visit our website, americanpodcast.tv, and you'll see coming podcast schedule listed, the date, episode number, coming guest, time. You'll see all these details if you like to listen to us or watch us live. If not, we post our updated episodes, podcast episodes on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, as well as Facebook, also on LinkedIn. I'd like to thank you for your time and for your interest. Looking forward to seeing you at our coming podcast episodes. Thank you very much and have a good weekend.
Support for the American Business Podcast for the Next Generation ABP comes from One World Supply Chain Consulting Company. In today's dynamic and fast-paced global economy, a seamless supply chain is the backbone of any thriving business. At One World Supply Chain Consulting, we bring real-world experience to the table, understanding the vital role that efficient supply chain and logistics management play in driving growth and profitability. As your trusted partner, we provide comprehensive supply chain and logistics consulting solutions designed to optimize operations, streamline processes to enhance productivity and reduce inefficiencies, drive efficiency, implement strategies that maximize resource utilization and performance, achieve sustainable growth, foster long-term success with environmentally and socially responsible practices, reduce costs, Identify cost-saving opportunities without compromising quality or service. Real-world results. Our team of experienced professionals brings deep industry expertise and a proven track record of delivering results. We work closely with you to understand your unique challenges and goals, developing customized strategies and solutions that align with your business objectives. Whether you're looking to streamline your supply chain, improve inventory management, optimize transportation networks, or implement cutting-edge technologies, we have the knowledge and experience to help you succeed. For more information, visit www.oneworldsc.com. Support for the American Business Podcast for the Next Generation ABP comes from the Marvelous CRM software. The Marvelous CRM software is an AI-powered marketing and business development software. It is for small and mid-sized companies. You can manage your prospects, customers, contacts. You can manage your sales pipelines to increase revenue. You can send unlimited emails. You can also manage and schedule your social media accounts. Moreover, the Marvelous CRM software helps you design your company websites, online stores, and event registration websites on the same platform. The Marvelous CRM software brings you a customer portal for you to manage your customers and members. The Marvelous CRM software is modern, easy to use, secure, and affordable. Subscribe today and close more deals.
Thank you for watching the American Business Podcast for the Next Generation. Today, we are reaching our 6,000 subscribers on YouTube. And thank you very much for your support. Please subscribe, follow, and share your thoughts in our YouTube channel. Thank you very much, and looking forward to seeing you at our coming episodes. Thank you. Have a nice day.